Aloha friends, it's Robert Stellick with Blue Planet Surf. Today's video is going to be all about the 2025 Blue Planet Superfly wing. Super excited to come out with this wing. I'm going to talk about a pre-order special that we have running through the end of the year and the features of the wing. So the pre-order special we have going on from right now until the end of the year, December 31st, 2024, is a $200 discount off of any wing that you order before the pre-order period. We're going to ship these wings early next year in March or April, and free shipping is included, and you can get one right now with just a $100 deposit. So with your pre-order special, you get a wing bag, a wrist leash, and a repair kit. The wings are available in 6 sizes: 3.2, 3.8, 4.5, 5.2, 6.0, and 7.0. So it covers the whole range of wind, from light wind to strong wind, and everything in between. Let's talk about the features of the wing. So we've been working for a long time on this wing design. We went through a lot of different prototypes and testing, and we came up with a design that works really well, not just as a freestyle all-round wing, but also for racing, wave riding, pretty much anything you want to throw at it, it can handle. It's also easy to handle, so even for beginners, it's a good wing. It's not really specialized for anything in particular, but a really nice all-round wing for all kinds of conditions. It has a really wide wind range, so it can cover from really strong winds to really light winds. You know, obviously we have different sizes, but the same size wing can handle a wide range of wind conditions. We worked with the designer to come up with a design that has seams that go in the direction of the strongest tension in the wing. So by having these diagonal seams this way, and then horizontal seams this way, vertical seams this way, it reduces the amount of flex in the fabric. So there's always a certain amount of stretching that goes on in the fabric. And then also the panel layout, we laid out the panels to have the minimum amount of stretch going on in the wing. So these wings hold their tension really well over time. They don't get bagged out as easily as some other brands. So the longevity of these wings is really good. We have a lot of tension across the center of the wing in the profile. So even without being powered up, this wing has a really good profile. And that really helps with pumping because the wing keeps its profile. So it's easy to pump this wing up and get going in light wind. The other thing that really helps with getting up and going is the wingspan that's quite narrow. So after a lot of testing, we decided to go with these wingtips that are a little bit pulled in. The shape of the wingtip is super important because when you're pumping, it doesn't catch on the water. It kind of glances off the water if it does touch. So you can bring the wing lower to the water and pump it with more power than a wing that you have to hold more horizontally over your head, where it creates lift upwards but not forward. So with these wings, it's easy to create power that propels you forward. And then also when you're going fast, and you bring that wing really low to the water, really vertical to the wind for maximum power, the wingtip is designed to not touch the water. So the wingtip has a similar angle to the water below. So even if it does touch a little bit, it glances off. It doesn't get caught and tumble over. So the wingtips, I think, are kind of unique on this wing and work really well together with the whole rest of the design. We have these little battens at the trailing edge. That's just for reducing flutter, so when you're riding it super overpowered, it doesn't start flapping and things like that. Of course, we have a little leash line here to keep the trailing edge stronger too, so the wing is reinforced in the right places. We've done a lot of testing too and found some weak spots that we reinforced. So durability to me is super important. So these wings are very light and have excellent handling so that you can fly it behind you. The center of gravity is low, so the center strut is a little bit lower than the rest of the wing. And then the handle also is lower, so that gives the wing kind of a real low center of gravity and makes it real stable when you're luffing it behind you. So in maneuvering, handling, it just handles really well. It doesn't do the tick-tock flipping over, wanting to flip over like some other wings do. The single full boom handle is another really nice feature. We originally tested some prototypes with 2 handles, and we found that going to one single long boom is just a huge improvement because you can grab it anywhere. You can fly it one-handed if you want. You can put your harness lines anywhere you want. Some people like them further back, some people like them further forward. So there's no fixed attachment points. Koa likes to do these loops where he does a backflip without rotating the wing. So he rotates his hands on the boom while he's doing the flip. So those kind of moves are only possible with a full boom.
What's good about the full boom is just, it's so like versatile in every way. You can easily get some high airs in, some maneuvers, some backflips. Just in general, such a good wing. Even with like maneuvering, it's just such like a cuts through the air kind of wing. I feel like every small detail that was put into this really contributes to it as a whole. It really gives such a good maneuverability. You can just control it easily, have that good stabilization in. And it's just all around just such a good wing to just maneuver, turn, you know, it just stays with you. It doesn't really like go off into like a weird position. It's just comfortable.
Mm-hmm. But even for beginner riders or intermediate riders, having that full boom just gives you so many options. You can slide your hand, small adjustments, put your hands exactly where you want them. Easy to unpower the wing or power it up or grab it way in the back, do duck jibes. So especially if you have a windsurfing background, you're gonna love the single boom. Another advantage of the single boom is that it's actually lighter than two handles. People think the boom is heavy, but two handles are actually heavier because you have 4 attachment points to the strut and more reinforcements needed and so on. So the single boom is actually lighter than the two handles. Also, it reduces the amount of flex that you have in the center strut. So it keeps the center strut super rigid and high performance. So you actually get more power out of your wing at the lighter weight. The only disadvantage really of the full boom is that it's longer. So for storage and traveling, you have a longer boom. But if you're traveling with your board or with your foil, you're gonna have something long anyways, like your mast. So you just pack it together with your mast or your board. Some of the features of our wings include a single valve system with 2 tubes. So it's easy to inflate and deflate. The 2 tubes can be locked off so that you separate the leading edge chamber from the center strut. So the 2 tubes that go into the center bladder keep it in place so it can't get twisted or folded inside the wing, the center strut, so less likely to get any damage over time. We found our wings are super durable. Of course, no wing is indestructible, but compared to other wings, they've been holding up very well and don't need as much repair, maintenance, and so on. The wings also have a Y handle attachment. One of our team riders, Derek, really wanted that, and it's a great way to just hold the wing with one hand over your shoulder if you're riding the wave like that, like Derek does, or also just to grab it like when you lift the wing out of the water to water start. A lot of beginners like using the Y handle, so having that Y handle attachment is just an extra bonus.
And when I go into the wave, I see the set coming at me, and I'll grab the wing like this, and then put it over my shoulder, and just hold it like this, and then riding and surfing and whatever, like that. Clinton called it the Captain America, which kind of looked like a shield. Yeah, there's a few times, like he said, where I'll be going up and I'll be losing momentum, but once I turn onto the wave, the back winding of this stuff will push me back down and pull me out of the turn, you know, and get a nice fluid turn out of it.
Yeah, you have good control of the wing all the time. And plus you also use the wingtips for carving, like you touch them in the water to get a tighter turn.
So sometimes when I'm going left and then I want to cut back right, I'll just dip this into the water like how I used to do with my stand-up paddle.
Yeah.
And then just turn that and use it as a pivot point, and then lift it back up, and then I'm up and flying again.
So we've played around a lot with the leading edge diameter, and we found that reducing the leading edge diameter reduces drag slightly, but the problem with a leading edge diameter that's too thin is that there's too much flex, especially right in the middle. So we actually made the center, especially the center part of the leading edge, very rigid. So it has a pretty thick diameter, but that rigidity right in the center keeps the wing from flexing, and that keeps it more powerful. So when a gust hits the wing, it doesn't just fold up on itself, it keeps that power. And that means, especially when you're pumping or you're jumping, doing stuff where you need a lot of power available, this wing has that power and it doesn't twist a lot in the center. So a stiff leading edge bladder and also a stiff center strut make a big difference in keeping this wing super powered up even when there's a gust or you're riding fast or racing and so on. So we found the leading edge stiffness is super important. Another thing we played around with was the profile of the wing. It's really subtle, this curve that goes over the back of the wing. We tested a few different prototypes with different profiles, and we found that some of them tend to kind of get backwinded, or when you go upwind at a steep angle or you're riding it overpowered or pumping it, if it folds in on itself, that's not a good thing. So the shape of the profile working together with the dihedral shape of the wing and the leading edge bladder and the tension of the canopy, everything has to work together perfectly to get the right shape and to have a profile that holds up well when you're pumping and when you're going fast and when you're riding overpowered. So we found a really nice profile that works really well for this wing. So to get this pre-order special, $200 off per wing, all you have to do is click the link. I have one down below in the description or up here in the info tab. You just have to make a $100 deposit, and that'll give you the $200 discount. When it's time to ship the wings, the balance is due, and you get a great price for an awesome wing. All right, friends, thanks so much for watching. I hope you can support our Superfly project by pre-ordering this wing. It really helps us out because then we know what sizes to order, what's most popular, how many we can expect to sell. And for your support, we give you a $200 discount, so you save money. You can order multiple sizes if you want, or just one wing. You get free shipping. It's available until December 31st of 2024. All you need to do right now is make a $100 deposit, and then the balance will be due before we ship it to you. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to the Blue Planet Surf YouTube channel if you're not a subscriber already. Thank you so much for watching. Aloha. See you on the water.